Hello everyone. Today we will learn about the array operations on vectors. So as usually we do, the whole window is divided into three sub window. In the middle part we have to perform the task, and on the left hand side we have given the task that the task is that add 1 to the each element of the vector v1. v1 is a vector which is already defined. If you want to evaluate, you want to see what is the data file, you can see in the workspace there is a data file which contains the 7 rows and 5 columns, which contains, if I double click here, then it will show the data. So it is a 7 rows and 4 columns which contains the numerical data. Now you can see, if you want to see the density function v1 v2, you can see these values by clicking on the v1. It is data, it is showing the same rows, 4 column, and v1 is the value which contains the third column. v2 is the vector which contains the fourth column of this data matrix. Now let's start the tasks. The task is that add 1 to each element of the vector v1. So what we will do, we will add just v1 equal to v1, this is vector, plus 1, and then store the result in a variable named as r. So we have to store this value into the variable name r. Let's submit it. So we will get the output in the workspace. Next, what we have to do, we have to create a vector vs which contains the sum of the vectors v1 and v2. vs is the sum of the vectors v1 and v2. So how we will do, the vector v1 and the vector v2, they are of the same dimension, then we can add the vector v1 plus v2 to get vector quantity v1 plus v2, which is a vector quantity. Now we have to evaluate sum. If we are doing v1 plus v2, then we are getting a vector which contains the component wise sum. Now we want to get the sum of the vectors v1 and v2, then this is vs equal to v1 plus v2. Just click submit button. So we will obtain the sum of two vectors, which is v1 and v2, which is will be the component wise addition. Task 3 is that create a variable va that contains the value vs divided by 2, the average volume. Means the vector vs, we will add all these components and we will divide by 2. Then how we will do, we use the command sum command for adding the component by sum. We a equal to sum of what variable, the variable is vs, then we get the sum of all the components and we will divide it by 2 to get the average volume. that the VA is correctly defined. It is VA equal to create a create a variable VA that contains the value VS divided by 2. Let's see the hint. Use the backslash operator. Make sure that you use the forward slash instead of the backward slash. Why is there a problem? Okay, we have to divide the component wise. The vector Vs is given and we have to divide each component by 2. So we will use Va equal to Vs dividing by 2. Again, I think that will give an error. No, it's correct. The next task. The basic statistical function in MATLAB can be applied to a vector to produce a single output. The maximum value of a vector can be determined by using the max function. If we use a vector and then we want to find out the maximum value of this vector, then we can use the maximum function. Uh, Create a variable VM that contains, we have to create a variable VM which contains the maximum value of the vector VA. So that will be equal to VA. Now it will calculate the maximum value of the vector VA. You can see from this the maximum value is 7.4406. So this is the maximum value we are getting. Click on the next task. We can also use, there are several mathematical operations, several functions which we can apply in the vectors. MATLAB has functions that perform the mathematical operations on the entire vector or array of values in a single command. You can use, for example, square root of x, then it will give the component wise uh, square root of element, each element of the vector. Using the command round function, create a variable named vr. We have to create a variable vr. So the vr is the variable vr. We have to create this variable which contains the rounded average volume. Rounded average volume. We are using the command round of va to get the value excluding the decimal part. For example, you can see in the third window, VA is 2.28774.4003 up to 4.8755. We are using the round command over VA to get this value VR, which gives only the integer part only 2, 4, 3, 6, 7, 6, 4. So this is the value which we will obtain after applying the round function. Means if it is the value, if after decimal point the number is 5 or more than 5, then it will increment by 1. Then the left digit will be increment by 1. You can see the fifth element is 7.4406, the sixth element is 5.9. So it will increment it, then it will become the 6. Instead of 5.9718, it will give 6. Next task is that the star operation performs the matrix multiplication. So if you use star to multiply the two equally sized vector, Since the inner dimension does not agree, then you will get an error. For example, if we are trying to multiply the vector which is in a row vector which contains the first element is 3 and second element is 4. Similarly, the second vector is 10 and 20. We are multiplying these two vectors, then it will give an error because matrix multiplication is not possible. For matrix multiplication, we require the mm, we require the dimension of first matrix which contains the number of columns should be equal to the number of rows of the last matrix. So which is not possible here. So dimension is not matching, so it will give an error. But we can multiply component wise multiplication we can do by using the star dot star. So then if we are using dot star, then we get the multiplication component wise. That is the first element will be 3 into 10, that is 30. Second element will be 4 into 20, that will be 80. So to multiply the component wise multiplication, we will apply dot star command instead of star. Star is basically used for the matrix multiplication, while dot star is used for the component wise multiplication. The task is that create a variable named mass. So we are trying to create a variable name whose name is mass that contains the element wise product of density and VA. So density is a vector and the VA is again a vector. You can see here VA is a vector of 7 rows, 1 column. Similarly, density is also a column vector which is 7 rows, 1 column, and VA is also of 7 rows, 1 column. They are of same dimension, so we can multiply them component wise. So to multiply component wise, we will do density dot star dot into star. Now V into A, VA, we will get the component wise multiplication of these two vectors. So we will get the component wise multiplication of these two vectors. The further task is that you have performed array operations with two array of the same size and a scalar and a array. There are other compatible sizes. For example, try the following: x is equal to this. If we are if we are typing this, let's try to do copy paste here, control V. What it will be? X is a 3 by 3 by 2 matrix which contains the 4 rows. For 4 rows, first row is 1 2, second row is 3 4, third row is 5 6, 7 row is 7 8. So it is a 4 by 2 matrix, and we are multiplying it 4 by 1 vector. To get the output, click on the run command. So we will obtain 4 rows, 2 column. You can see here X was 4 by 2 matrix which contains the first column vector is 1 3 5 7. The second column vector was 2 4 6 8, and we are multiplying this matrix component wise with the vector column vector 1 2 3 4. So when we are multiplying it, so the first column will multiply with the vector, and it will give the first column which will be 1 6 15 and 28. Then the second column of the matrix, which was 2 4 6 8, that was multiplied with 1 2 3 4 to get 2 8 18 and 32. 32. Let's move to the next chapter. Now, in this chapter, we are working on different functions. The size function can be applied to an array to produce a single output containing the array size. The size of x, if we are giving a matrix x is a matrix, and we are applying the size function, then it will be a vector quantity. It will be a row vector which contains the two elements. The first element will be the number of rows, and the second element will be the number of columns. For example, here data is a 7 by 4 matrix, and if we are applying the size function to calculate the size of the data, so let's try d size. This is the variable name that will store the size of the matrix data. Now what will be the output? It will be a row vector which contains two elements. The first element is the number of rows, that is 7, and the second element will be the number of columns, that will be the 4. You can see in the output command, you can see d size is a row vector with the first element is the number of rows and the second element is the number of columns. Now the size function can be applied to a matrix to produce either single output variable or two output variable. We will use square bracket to obtain more than one output. For example, we can use the x row comma x column equal to size of x. Then x row will store the number of rows and x column will store the number of columns of the matrix x. The task is given that create a variable dr and dc. Dr stand for the number of rows and dc stand for the number of columns. So we are defining a dr comma dc that will be equal to the size size of the matrix data. Now it will define, it will give the size will be stored in the two components. The number of rows will be stored in the dr and the number of columns will be stored in the dc. You can see in the output command, dr is the number of rows which was 7 and dc was the number of columns which is 4. So we can also uh, use the square bracket to get the separate number of rows and the number of columns instead of getting a row vector which was given by the size function. We can also find the maximum and minimum value. The maximum value of a vector and its the corresponding index value can be determined by using the max function. So if a matrix is given and we want to calculate the maximum value throughout the matrix, and also we want to calculate its index at which position this maximum value is there, then we can use the max function with the square bracket which contains the x max comma idx in the square bracket to get the maximum value and the index. So let's try create a variable vmax and ivmax. Vmax stands for the maximum value and ivmax stands for the index of the maximum value containing the maximum value of v2 vector. and the corresponding index value respectively. So let's do in the square bracket we define v max comma v max I v max. I v max stand for the index, and that will be equal to the max of the v2 vector v2. Now you can see v2 vector here. v2 vector is, you can see here, v2 vector is the fourth column. So this is the v2 vector. This is the fourth column of the data is the v2 vector. Now we have to calculate its maximum value. Now you can see its maximum value is 10.1570, and which is at the 1 2 3 4 5, which is at fifth place. So maximum value of v2 vector is 10.1570, and which is at fifth place. Now let's try what is the output. Just submit. Now you can see in the result the maximum value is 10.1570 and the index is 5. If we want to, if we don't want the other output, then we can use the tilde operation to avoid that output. For example, if you only need the second output from a function, for example, if you want only the index from a, if a matrix is given and we want the maximum value is present at which index, we don't want its maximum value, but we want the index throughout the matrix, or a vector, then we can avoid just by typing the tilde button for the maximum value inside the square bracket, and then we only get the second output. For example, the density equal to data colon 2, which contains only the second vector, second column of the data, and we are using tilde iv max equal to maximum of v2, then what will be the maximum? What will be the output? Now the density is the second column, and the maximum value is, you can say, 6.1100. This is the maximum value, and we want to calculate its index only, then it is at sixth place. Then to get the index only, we can use the tilde operation on the first vector inside the square bracket to get only the index. For example, we can use this, and we can also get its maximum value just by using that index of matrix. For example, we will try to copy it and paste here. So what will be the output? The first command is the density equal to data colon 2. So it will extract the second column. Now next maximum function v2, and inside the square bracket tilde comma iv max. So it will be the index only, which is at sixth position. Now we are providing, we are calculating the density at sixth position, which is 6.1100. So let's run to get the output. Now you can see the first command, which is in the tilde iv max, this gives only the maximum value. It's not giving me the maximum value. So now to get the maximum value, we are providing this index to this factor. So density, and we are providing the index which is, contains the maximum value. So the maximum value will be stored in the density max, and which is free. You can see the maximum value is, uh, wait a minute, the fifth index. what's happening here. Great, please. Let's start doing executing the statements one by one. Copy and paste here. Now what will this command do? It will extract the second column from the data, which is this. The second column will be this. Now let's see. Just click run command. Now it will be the second column. You can see 6.1100. So this is the second column. So we have extracted the second column from the data and it is stored in the density. So it is the density vector. Now the next command is doing, let's see what is v2. To check v2, just press v2 and run the command. It will be the fourth column of the data, because v2 is data colon comma 4. It will be the fourth column, which is this one, 0.5, 2.1328, 3.68, 5 up to 4.450. This is the fourth column. So you can see this is the fourth column, v2. Now if you want to calculate the index at which it contains the maximum value, now the maximum value is 10, which is at fifth position. Now let's calculate the index of the maximum value. So try to paste here. Now we just only want to calculate the index of the maximum value. Maximum value is 10.1570, which is at the fifth index. Now we will get only the index only instead of maximum value. So index is fifth. Now to get the maximum value of this, we can calculate max of index sorry, maximum value with the v2 of that index. Index is IV max. This is the, we can store it into the max v max. This is the variable which contains the maximum value of the v2, which will be 10.1570. What is this command is doing? On the right hand side, we are executing the command which gives the value which is at the fifth index. So at the fifth index is 10.1570 and that value is stored in vmax. So vmax is equal to 10.1570. If the next command is the density max equal to the density IV max. Let's try the copy and paste here. Now index, you can see the index is IV max is fifth. So what will it do? Density at the fifth place. So density at the fifth place is at 3. So it will give the density max will be 3. But this is not the maximum value, because the index IV max was 5. That was from the previous calculation, which was from the v2, and that was used here, and this will give the value at the fifth place, which will be 3. So don't need to panic that it is not giving the maximum value for the density, because that index was for v2. Now next section, we will move to the next chapter.
Suppose you're reading a friend or colleague's code and you encounter a function you haven't used before. When you want to learn more about MATLAB functions or capabilities, you can use the MATLAB documentation. You can access the documentation by clicking the Help button. Within the Help browser, you can browse or search for content. All MATLAB functions have a supporting documentation page. These pages include supported calling syntaxes, a description of those syntaxes, and examples. For instance, here you can see that you can call rand n with one input to create a square matrix, or with two inputs to create a non-square matrix, like a vector.
click on the next command. The MATLAB documentation contains examples and the information that can help you when working on your own problems. Use the documentation for the RANDI to help complete the task below. So RANDI, this is the function. You can use the documentation file help command to get the help for this, and you can automatically do the work that you want to perform. So use the documentation for the RANDI to help complete the task. So what we will do to get the help, here is the documentation file or help file there. So to get, we have to use the doc help doc doc